Alright, SouFLoTV, welcome. It is your host with the most. Watch out. I have a story for you today, right into the meat of the matter. Big up to all my subscribers, them. If you're on your lunch break right now, this is probably going to take a full 20 minutes. So you might want to watch this later. Later when you reach home, fix a strong drink, roll up something good, and tune in. Alright? So anyways, the topic of this story today is Jamaican Olympian says she survives on 100 Jamaican dollars a day. If you don't know, 100 Jamaican dollars a day is less than $1 US. Okay? It's about 85 US cents per day. How did she go from Olympian to this position she's in? Okay, this story ran a couple of years ago when she first got into her mishaps, and at the time, the story ran in the Observer saying that she was, and other Jamaican newspapers saying that Jamaican Olympian down on her luck, Jamaican Olympian out in the streets selling bad juice to make a living. Okay, so fast forward to today, 2016, right? April 2016 today. 3 years after a Sunday Observer exposer revealed her living and selling bad juice in New Kingston to survive, former Jamaican athlete Olivia McCoy is back on the streets, although she is still hoping to achieve her dream. Alright. So, here what she said. You know, people will say, why not leave athletics and try to get a 9 to 5, get a regular job? But the job of running is what I do, and I would not tell anybody in a regular job not to work until they are 65 and retire. If you still think you've got something left in you, you have to keep going, she told the Observer in a recent interview. Alright, so McCoy, she won the international recognition in a field in which Jamaican historically failed to do well, which is the javelin. She won bronze in the 2006 Commonwealth Games and 2 silver medals in the Central American and Caribbean Championships, although she failed to medal while representing Jamaica at the 2000 and the 2008 Summer Olympics Games. So she's a 2-time Olympian, you know. She make it all the way to the Olympics to represent Jamaica twice. And you know, so they don't just pick you, you have to kind of fight your way into that position. So she made it to 2 Olympics and ended up selling bad juice on the streets of Jamaica. Here's her story, people. However, after falling on hard times, being beaten and robbed at her former home in Belvedere, St. Andrew in 2012, she was left homeless and destitute on the streets of Kingston, selling bad drinks to survive. Alright, so following the exposure of her condition, she was offered a position at the Heidel Group of School in Ferry, St. Catherine. However, it did not last long there because she soon fell out of favor with the school's head, Cynthia Bennett, and has since returned to the streets of Kingston, New Kingston and Halfway Tree to be exact. So she was hired once to be a math teacher for 8th grade students. So you know, so she was no dummy, because if you teach 8th grade mathematics in a Jamaica, you must know some higher level of math, okay? But McCoy has insisted that she will continue to follow her dream of restoration, and today she will compete in the Everyone is a Winner Best Dressed Chicken 5K road race, which ends at Hope Botanical Gardens in St. Andrew. She's among the favorites to top the women's section. Alright. I don't know. But if we go from that to best dress, all that. Anyway, so watch it. McCoy wears a scarf wrapped around her head to hide her shaven head and the scars that she carried since she was attacked and robbed by 3 men in Belvedere in 2012 who struck her 3 times in the head with huge rocks. However, despite her scars and poverty, McCoy is not concerned about the fact that the 5K race she has won offers her no money. Only trophies, which make the bag she tows with her belongings a little heavier. See, me think I'll address that after I'm done. Watch this. So, The Fly Jamaica ticket she won for being first among the women who entered the Kingston City Run offers a round trip to Canada, right? But she says she can't afford the accommodations or the spending money. So hopefully by God's grace, I will be able to take up the trip later this year, she remarked. Alright, here's her plan. My plan is that if I do get to go to Canada, I would want to do some clinics in their high schools. And I have just launched my Olivia's Track Club, she pointed out. Gonna stay with me on the party. But how does a 42-year-old former Olympian who sleeps on the streets at night, curled around her most valuable belongings, a huge black synthetic leather bag with all she owns in life, how does this person operate a track club? Here's her answer. She said, it's based with me. Anywhere I am, that is where it is. She said, pointing out that she chose the name Olivia because she regards it as her God name. Because, she says, first names represent God. Olivia is associated with a child of sorrow and woes. It's just my personal analysis. I am the only member of my track club so far. Follow? But I intend to have a track club with a governing body and serious athletes. I know it needs funds, but I didn't have any money when I started college at NCU and got a bachelor's degree in business administration, and when I went to Louisiana Tech in the United States and I did my master's there. Alright, now tell us that she don't know dummy. She said she wanted to become a counseling psychologist or psychiatrist. But now, at the age of 42, all she can think about is running. People, me don't know. I just train as I go along. You know, I don't have money to pay the fares on the bus. I just walk. Wherever I am going, I walk. If I'm going downtown, I walk. If I'm going to Papine, I walk. Even if I'm going to Spanish Town, I walk. This morning I walked from UTech training facility at Papine to the Observer with my bag on my shoulder, she explained. UTech is the only place that I have ever been that they have not interfered with me. Mr. Stephen Francis has never said anything to me when I am there, and that's why I admire that man so much. So big up Mr. Stephen Francis up at UTech. That's the only facility that I have ever been to and have never been harassed or ridiculed. I am harassed by the National Stadium, harassed at Emancipation Park, harassed on the road. They steal my sneakers, they steal my phone, they grab my bag on the streets because I don't have any money to pay rent. So I'm training on the road and I am sleeping on the road and living on the road with my bag and pad. And people keep on calling me all kinds of names like Arawak Indian, African, Nigerian. But you know, I still have been able to maintain my focus. Wow. Before we go any further, check this out. For a Jamaican to think that the name Arawak Indian is an embarrassment or a ridicule, it shows you where we are at as a people. For Jamaicans to think that calling someone an African is a disrespect, especially a black Jamaican of African descent, is to show you where we are at as a nation, as a people. Education is needed, okay? I mean, I talk about no book education that teach us about no the white people them that discovered our so-called like Christopher Columbus, with Columbus, Antifa, everything, and them kind of people there. For you to think that to be called a Nigerian is a disrespect, it is pitiful. No, I'm not talking about just her, I'm talking about the people that think that this is okay, that this is how you curse somebody or this is how you make fun of someone by referring to their heritage. Anyway, but you know, I have still been able to maintain my focus, she said. I get up in the mornings like I'm living at home same way. I hit the showers wherever I can find the convenience. Grab my bag, go to my training, you know, still maintaining my schedule, even though I live on the road. It's not easy, but you know, it is what I have to do. I have limited funds. I have to beg money sometimes. Sometimes I preach in the parks and I accept an offering. Lord God. McCoy is a math teacher in a society in which they are so in demand that the government says it is willing to pay any kind of salary for them. Yet, she is not in a classroom. It's very challenging in the school system, she says, as a teacher today. And the remuneration is not grand. Even though it is better than nothing, I want to start my own school. So you see, she wants to start a track club. She wants to start her own school. She's a math teacher. She has a master's degree from a university in the United States of America. She still can't get in her classroom again to teach math. Okay? I want to start my own school. I want to start with evening lessons, but I wanted to resume my training first and see where I am at with the long distance road races. And once I have solidified that, I would take it from there, she said, at 40-something years old. She said that the government, through the Jamaican Administrative Athletics Association, is providing her with health insurance coverage. So big up to Jamaica for that, because if I did America, she'd have dead in a one corner, curl up on the road. Because if you're not making an income, then you have no insurance if you're not paying to something. Alright? She said that the government is providing her with health insurance coverage. However, she feels that there's a lot more that could be done for athletes. Alright. I thank God for that though. They probably think that I am too old and washed up now, but I think I have done my services for Jamaica. I have done 20 years of services in athletics to this country, she noted. She thinks that the government should formulate a program allowing athletes to have access to pension when their careers are over. This is very, very true. I believe so also. For the years in which we have worked, something could be done for athletes who have served the nation, because we are veterans like anybody else, and when we retire, we shouldn't have to go to work another 33 years to get a pension to survive. They might say, but anybody hired you. But when we were there, we were just told to be patriotic. We weren't thinking about whether somebody was going to hire us or not. We were just thinking about representing our country. So after doing this for 20 years, I shouldn't have to work another 33 years. Okay. Some of the things to do to put ourselves in a position to represent this country, we have done so much. We should not be complaining, and we are not asking for much. I live on 100 Jamaican dollars a day, she reiterated. Alright, so people, here's my thing. When I go home to Jamaica, I say a brother of mine, his mom used to be a school teacher, and when I go home, the people them that come from where I come from in Jamaica, them know exactly who me I talk, because them even have a wall by the school named after him now, because upon the wall him sit down all day, every day. Them say him left country, go town, somebody spike him, spliff him, was a straight A student accomplishing big things, and then go burn weed with somebody and then mad him. You know, Jamaican people stay and put lizard tail in the weed and it mad him. And them something there. So, by the way, if you put lizard tail in the weed, it's not going to mad you. But anyways, you can't tell that to them in Jamaica. So, I was talking to a cousin of mine that is also a UWI graduate. And to see someone so intelligent, you graduated from the University of the West Indies, but you still cannot understand or grasp mental illness. Jamaica has one of the poorest mental illness programs in the world as far as treating our citizens that have mental illness. We rather leave it over to religion. We rather talk about how people are being demons that take over people and them need to go to Jesus and them bringing them Christianity and all that, when in fact that has nothing to do with what it really is. Okay? Now, as far as this lady is concerned, this former 2 times, imagine making it to the Olympics twice. She did it in 2000, she did it in 2008. Okay? So 20 years of athleticism, athletics, training, representing your country overseas and around the world. here you are back in the same country you represented, selling bad juice to make a living. That is pretty sad. She said something about they should have a pension system worked out for these types of athletes that have given so much or so many years, that after they're done doing these things, they should be able to draw some kind of pension to survive. And I totally agree with her. The way how Jamaica take care of its heroes is sad, and Jamaica has a culture of you have to die first. After you're dead, them give you respect. Bob Marley was the shittiest person alive, or one of, to a lot of people, especially those in the upper echelons of society, until he died. And then the world started accepting Bob and reggae as a Jamaican thing, and the tourist board said, yes, we can use this and make more money off of it. So Bob became the face and the king of reggae music, and all this other thing, and all this praise and accolades now go to him. But when he was alive, he never get them praise and accolades. They are bare fight down him used to get, which is the same thing for her. What I'm concerned about though, you see the tree lick them what she get in her head. I don't know if how them know. I don't know how they know that it was 3 times she got hit in the head. But I guess she had 3 big marks, so them using that to say 3 times. 3 big rocks. Far as I know, her head split big in 3 places. So she had to have some surgery. She had to have some kind of fix-up one. Now, with traumatic blows like these, with big concrete rock stone to the head, I can't help but think that this brilliant lady, this brilliant, beautiful sister right here, has been robbed also of her sane mind. I think she chip out more time. I think right now she is having, this is true post-traumatic stress that we're witnessing. I think she's having a hard time actually dealing with reality right now. She having a hard time organizing her thoughts. She have a hard time right now processing what has happened to her, how she needs to bounce back from what has happened to her, and actually grieving, getting past certain things, and then staying on a steady course of recovery. So she was hired before. She was a math teacher, 8th grade math teacher before, and then she ended up back in the street. I can't imagine anything more than she kick off with the people them. Never know how to handle it. Her head a bother her one day. I guess they said I don't know if she's on any medication for behavioral issues or psychotic issues or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned with her, I see a lot of shakiness in our story. Jamaican people, I want to know, not just Jamaican people, anybody that's watching this from SouFLoTV, I want to know to not only like, comment, share, and subscribe, but leave your comments concerning this athlete. Okay? It don't just look bad on her, you know, it looks bad on all of us, because watch Merlene Ottey. I see Merlene Ottey in her 40s, I think her 50s, and still a run. But a foreign country, I believe it's Belgium, finds her fit enough to actually represent them. Belgium, we used to lock black people in a cage, and we used to be one of the animals in the zoo not too long ago. Go look it up. There's pictures online about it. Okay? So for them to see goodness in our athletes, that even one time them reaching at them 40s and 50s, them all put them out there on the track to run against some young 19, 20, 21-year-old or some 30-year-old, were fit and ready for the race. That means these people are very valuable. You know what I'm saying? So what we do, we use up with people them and dash them with Jamaica. Is this how we treat our heroes? Talk to me here, SouFLoTV, because the story's sad. I was going across a bunch of stories thinking of what video to do today, but hers struck me the most, so I had to do this video. I really think that this lady needs some counseling. She said she want to be a psychiatric counselor, psychologist, or she want to open her own school. Then she said she want to start a club, track club. Then she said she want to be an Olympian once again, maximize her athletic potential at the age of 42. Then, I don't know. And she's not going to make the Olympics this year, and this year is an Olympic year in 2016, so she'll have to wait another 4 years. So 42 now, she'll be 46. You think at 46 she can compete at an Olympic level, enough to represent Jamaica on the national stage, worldwide stage? Like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. It's SouFLoTV. I'm up out of here. Hope you like this story today. Not only that, I hope you really do pay attention to the story, and leave your comments. Peace.